Okay, so confidence. You don't have any confidence. You don't know why. You're insecure. You look at other people and it seems so easy. It seems like they're so confident. They got so many tools. They got so much swag. And you're wondering, how do you get that? Okay, well, you're at the right place. I'm about to break down confidence for you. I'm about to give you confidence because confidence really is just a software. It's an installation that you have to do. It's something that you have to give to yourself in order for you to have. A lot of times, the people that are the most confident had confidence instilled in them at a very, very young age. Their parents showered them with praise. Their parents showered them with evidence and proof that they were amazing. And so they grow up feeling that way. And sometimes they turn into narcissists. Other times they're a little arrogant. Other times they're just overconfident. Whatever the case may be, you're at the right place. I'm about to break down confidence for you. And I want to bring you some security that's going to lead you to believe that you are who you may think that you are. That's what really confidence is. It's belief. And belief is married to behavior. And then you have a certain attitude about yourself. You have a certain attitude about the world. So that's the cycle. So I appreciate you being here. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, today, we're doing something a little different. I don't have any material. The past few weeks, I've been pondering. I've been doing my videos, and I've had a lot of material. I've had a lot of research that I've gathered. I've had a lot of statistics in my back pocket that has kind of helped me in the flow of my creation, in the flow of coming on here and speaking and talking and trying to enlighten you guys. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to highlight the fact that you can control your reality. I'm just trying to highlight the fact that you can be a better man. You can be a purpose-driven man. Shout out to my guy Malik. You can be a man of mastery. That's the community. Join in if that sounds like you. But today I wanted to switch it up. I didn't want to have any material because I really wanted this to flow. I really wanted this to just come out raw, uncut, unfiltered. And that's how I'm going to give it to you guys. Okay, so if you rock with this, I need you to comment and let me know. If you want to see more of this form, more of this formula, more of this less formal speaking, I'm happy to do that, right? This channel is about you guys. I want to provide you the information that is the most receptive for you. So if you like this better, tap in with your boy. Let's get into it. Okay. All right, so where we want to start? Okay, I had to make sure I was recording because, All right, so confidence. I spell something wrong in like every single one of my videos. You're going to find out fast that that's just how it works. And I usually don't really highlight it, but whatever. Okay, so confidence. A lot of us struggle with confidence because we reject the belief that we are somebody of worth. A lot of times we reject the fact that we are somebody worthy of being liked. We're worthy of being praised. We're worthy of... So the thing about confidence is, in order to have confidence, what you really need is evidence. Now, when we're talking about confidence in the fact or in the state of like task or activities, evidence is going to play a major role. The more evidence that you have that you're able to complete a particular thing, the more confidence that will grow from that particular task, which will lead into other tasks. And I talked about this in my last video just a bit. I talked about the direct correlation between rich people and fit people, and how there's a lot of rich people that are fit and a lot of fit people that are rich because they have enough evidence in one area or another that leads them to excel and propel into another area with that same level of confidence, with that same level of worth as well. So understand, confidence really is truly believing in yourself enough to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish in the way that you want to accomplish it. So really belief, in my opinion, Okay, let me get the eraser real quick. Belief, in my opinion, is the foundation of confidence. Because belief is also connected to behavior, which we're going to dive into a little later. But belief really is the foundation. My guy Nero says that confidence comes from the Greek word fetus. Actually, he said faith comes from the Greek word fetus. Fetus meaning confidence. So how confident you are in something is also similar to having faith in an area. If you believe, if you have faith, if you are confident enough that you can accomplish something, no matter what obstacle comes, no matter what barrier comes, no matter what adversity comes, it doesn't matter because you have the belief, you have the confidence, you have the faith that you can overcome it. So, confidence is really reminding yourself that you are capable. Now, how do we do that, right? Because it is extremely easy to say that, but how do we actually build up enough faith, build up enough belief that we are capable, right? Like a lot of people think that confidence means that people don't get nervous. A lot of people think that confidence is just the ability to have a great ability to accomplish something new. It's not necessarily the case. It really doesn't have anything to do with the ability itself. What it has to do with is the belief that they can, right? Like I know this cat that a lot of people think has beginner's luck, but what he really has is outstanding level of confidence. I mean, the kid can just do anything. We went to Topgolf, knocked it out the park. We go bowling, strike every single time, right? Like we would think that this is just beginner's luck, and these are the first time that he's doing these things, but no, he just has an unwavering amount of confidence that he feels like he can truly accomplish anything. So we're about to dive into how we build that confidence up, how we build that unwavering belief, because it is important to have, especially when you're trying to get into your dream life, especially when you're going after your goals, when you're trying to be purpose driven. You need a certain level of confidence because when times gets rough, you got to be able to remind yourself that you're able to accomplish these things, that you have the belief, you have the faith, you have the worth, and then you have the evidence that you can do it, right? So let's go. Let me erase this real quick. All right, sweating in here. Jeez Louise. Okay, so how do we build up the confidence? How do we build up that level of belief so that we can accomplish what it is that we can accomplish? Well, what we first want to do is we want to take on a new mental attitude about how we view confidence. I want you to stop viewing confidence as something that you have to have. Again, I mentioned earlier, confidence is a package that you need to install into yourself. You need to install confidence into yourself, right? I mentioned earlier that the people with the most confidence that turn into narcissists and are overly confident and are slightly arrogant have some sort of praise growing up. They had some, and this is just average. Obviously, there's outliers. Obviously, this isn't everybody. But from what I've seen, the research that I've done, I see a direct correlation between the praise that they receive as a youth growing up that transforms into adulthood. Now, if you didn't receive that, that does not mean that you are automatically disqualified for having confidence. But if you want to attract the confidence and install it into yourself, you need to take on a new mental attitude. Okay, so how do I take on a new mental attitude? Okay, again, it starts with beliefs. So, the question that you need to ask yourself is this: what do I believe? Oh gosh. About myself. Jeez, don't mind the chicken scratch right here. I messed up right there, but All right, what do I believe about myself? What beliefs do I hold about myself? How do I feel about myself when I wake up? How do I feel about my life? How do I feel about my current situation? How do I feel about how I look? How do I feel about how I speak? How do I feel about how I listen? How do I feel about, anything, how I dress? What are the beliefs that you hold? Again, we're installing confidence into ourselves. If you have negative beliefs about yourself, do you really think that you're going to be confident? If you have the mental attitude of an unconfident person, do you really believe that you can be confident with that type of attitude or that type of level of frequency? Right? You have a inconsistent belief or an internal conflict that you hold with yourself that you don't even really believe that you are those things, that you are great, that you are powerful, that you are beautiful, that you are gorgeous, that you are smart, that you are gifted. If you don't take on that mental attitude, you will always feel inadequate, and that will lead to how you operate. Because again, it starts with beliefs, and then it goes into behavior, and then it goes into your attitude. But the foundation is beliefs, okay? The foundation is beliefs. If you truly do not believe that you are capable of being just as confident as some of the people that you see on TV, then you won't be, because Nero says there is no truth. The only truth that you have or that you live is the one that your subconscious mind accepts as true. The subconscious mind does not have the ability to accept or reject any information, right? And by the time that we turn, 25, 90% of the decisions that we make are stemmed from the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is on autopilot at this point. So when you're holding these beliefs are now programmed into you. So it doesn't matter how many times you look in the mirror and tell myself, I am beautiful. It doesn't matter how many times you look in the mirror and repeat that you are gifted and you are great and you are this and you are that. That does not matter, because you still have not changed the subconscious mind belief, right? So imagine this. Imagine you have a dog and you're feeding the dog food. Say that you have some chocolate and you know that chocolate's not good for dogs, right? I want you to view the chocolate, or I want you to view your subconscious mind as the dog. The subconscious mind, again, does not have the ability to accept or reject information. So if you're feeding this dog food and then you try to give the dog some chocolate, the dog isn't gonna recognize that that's chocolate and be like, nah fam, I'm good, don't give me no chocolate, right? The dog does not have the ability or the sense or the awareness that that's chocolate. He's gonna eat it anyway. I want you to view your subconscious mind as that. Your subconscious mind does not have the ability to reject any information. It's just gonna eat everything that you give it. It's gonna eat everything in sight. It's gonna chew on everything. So what are you feeding your subconscious mind? If you're feeding your subconscious mind negative thoughts, then you will behave or you will believe negatively. If you're feeding your subconscious mind thoughts that are, or things that really don't serve you, then they're really just gonna control you in how you move and operate. So I want you to start auditing the beliefs that you are feeding your subconscious mind. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? How do I get to a space where I'm not feeding my subconscious mind any beliefs that don't serve me? Okay, so if you need, let's do this. Audit your beliefs. All right, so how do we audit our beliefs? Well, the truth of the matter is, you really can't control the initial thoughts that pop into your head. I used this statistic in an earlier video. I can't remember which one it was. If you haven't seen all my videos, then what are you doing? But I used this statistic in an earlier video that said we have roughly about 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Of those 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts, 90% of those, give me a second. 80% of those are negative. So 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day, 80% of those thoughts are negative. Of those same amount of thoughts, 90% of those are repetitive. So if you have these negative thoughts in your mind that are repeating, it's going to be extremely hard to start feeding your subconscious mind different beliefs. It's going to be extremely hard to feed your subconscious mind beliefs that are going to build you up, not break you down. So what you have to do is you have to keep these things at the forefront of your mind. You cannot give your subconscious mind any breaks. This is why when people are going through a transformation phase, they really dive in hard. They dive in hard because it's important that they keep these things at the forefront of their mind so that they don't go back to their old thinking patterns, so that they don't go back to the way that they used to operate and the thinking traps that used to pop up in your head. Again, you may not be able to control some of the initial thoughts that come into your mind, but you can start to consciously reject those thoughts when they pull up if you are intentional about thinking, if you are aware of the thoughts that are coming in your mind. That is how you start to curate confidence. That is how you start to reflect or deflect the negativity that may come into your life. That's how you want to start looking at confidence. That's how you want to start looking at your beliefs. That's how you audit them, all right? So stop listening to so much music. Music is, especially in today, like music is extremely entertaining, right? Limit the amount of music that you listen to. Start listening to pods. Start listening to minds that you want to be at one day, right? Like, people that I constantly listen to are different mentors that I have that are where I would like to be, right? Because when you're reading a book, what you're really doing, when you're listening to a podcast, what you're really doing is you're getting into the thought process of that person and how they kind of unravel their thoughts and their opinions and their emotions. So you get to kind of step into their frame of mind, and then you can start taking on their physiology and their perspective on how they view things. So a lot of these people that are in the position that you want to be at don't have the same thoughts that you do. You need to take on the thoughts of that person, whether it's your future self, whether it's somebody that you see yourself as, in order to get there. So audit your thoughts. It is so damn hot in here. I do not know what is going on. I think I might just be cooking. But okay, let's get back to it. So we got to start with auditing our beliefs. After we start to audit our beliefs, after we start to filter our beliefs, we then move into our behavior, because belief is married to behavior, and then behavior is married to your attitude. It's a bit of an open relationship, but we're not judging. This is how we operate as humans. Okay? So, after we audit our beliefs, we get to audit our behavior. Again, with beliefs being the foundation point, you cannot jump onto this stage until you get this stage taken care of, because beliefs will always overrule your behavior. Beliefs are the foundation. It doesn't matter what you want to do, right? You could be trying to go to the gym. You could be trying to live right. You could be trying to stop smoking. You could be trying to stop drinking and stop partying. You could be trying to start reading. But if you don't believe that that's the type of person that you are, if you don't believe that you're really capable of building confidence, then you're not going to behave in a way that's conducive to where you want to be, because everything is beliefs. So really just focus on the beliefs. Now, moving on to the behavior. The behavior is a lot easier than the beliefs part is. The beliefs is the foundation for a reason. The reason that the beliefs are the foundation is because universal law number one is the law is entirely mental. The law is mentalism. The universe is mental. We create the reality that we want to live based on the thoughts that we have. So moving on to behavior is simple. You need to tap into the aura of a confident person. And when I say a confident person, I'm talking about yourself. There's a version of you that you visualize as confident. What does that person do? What does that person look like? What does that person sound like? How does that person move? What makes that person confident? These are the questions that I want you to start asking yourself. I want you to start asking yourself so that you can download the file of that person that already exists. There's a person right now that is you, that is doing these things, that is living that life that you know that you're capable of living. You need to connect with that person. You need to understand the beliefs that they hold that make them confident. You need to understand the perspective that they've lived that make them feel that way, right? Not looking at their situation as a shame, but looking at their situation as power, looking at their situation as a gift, looking at their current circumstance, not looking past their current circumstance, looking past their current circumstance, not just where they are, but where they would like to be. That's how you start to take on the behavior of a confident person. Now, when I was teaching this to somebody was like, well, shouldn't attitude come after behavior or come before behavior? And I'm like, honestly, the reason that I put attitude here and not here is because beliefs being the foundation, it's directly connected to the behavior. A lot of time, we know that we're doing something, but the attitude is the last part because the attitude comes in spurts. We have certain attitudes that we have about things while we're doing them that kind of enhance the way that we feel about ourselves. It enhances the way that we kind of want to look at things, the perspective that we hold, right? So say that you have chores to do, right? Say that you have chores to do and you know that you have to do these chores. Well, you're gonna already be doing these chores, but you're gonna have an attitude while doing these chores because you may not want to, because you may feel some type of way or whatever. But that's why I feel like attitude is the last part, because typically we're already behaving in a certain way. We adopt the attitude while doing the thing. So the attitude is really just the salt on the wound, if that makes sense. So attitude matters slightly, but really if you just focus on these two portions right here, beliefs and behavior, you will become a more confident person. You really will, but you have to adopt those traits. You have to adopt those characteristics if that's who you want to be. All right. It is so damn hot in here. I gotta finish up, y'all, because I am sweating a storm. All right. Okay. Last part. I don't even think I need to write anything. All right, so confidence being where you want to be. I hope that you were able to take away some things from this video that kind of help you understand the characteristics of confidence. I think that confidence is an extremely underrated mindset or mental attitude that we have that can really make or break you. I was at a leadership seminar earlier this week, and we did an activity where we wrote down 3 things on a card that we typically don't share with people. And they called it the hidden self or the shadow self. Things that we kind of deal with on a day-to-day basis that we really don't open up and discuss and really just talk to people about. And so there was about 24, 25 of us, and we all wrote down 3 things. And our instructor is going through the cards. He told us that we weren't going to read them, so he wanted us to be real, and then he was going to read them. Now, we didn't have our names on the cards or anything, so they didn't know who was saying what. But he's reading these cards, and some of the cards was like, man, my divorce really broke me. I don't know the direction of my life. I have extreme anxiety. I lack confidence. But those last 3 that I said were the most common. Of the, probably they were like, well, 25 times 3, whatever that is. Of the however many cards, those 3 things were the top ones. Like ever so often there would be a random one where like, I miss my cow Bugsy or something like that. But those those last 3 of not having confidence, having anxiety, and having no direction in life were the top 3 ones. So there's a lot of people dealing with these things. There's a lot of people that have no real confidence in themselves and have a lot of anxiety when it comes to maybe engaging with people, maybe trying new things, maybe going new places. This is entirely normal. It is something that a lot of us are dealing with. I created this channel because I wanted a lot of, at first men or just people to have a community where they could have purpose, to have a community where they could be vulnerable and transparent and open and honest about the things that they're going through. But there is so many people that are dealing with the exact same things that you're going through. I want you to know that this battle is not singular, right? It's not a solo battle. I would say 70 to 80% of people have anxiety. A lot of people are good at hiding it, but anxiety is higher than it's ever been. And a lot of times, confidence is linked with anxiety. Sometimes we lack confidence in the things that we're unfamiliar with because we don't have any confidence in that area. We don't have any proof, any evidence that we're truly gonna be okay. And so there's a fear mechanism that kicks in that makes us feel uncomfortable and brings us back to our survival or primal brain. So you're not the only one dealing with these things. Truthfully, the only way to build confidence in something, and I'm gonna write this last thing, is to stack proof. Focus on stacking proof in that area that you feel a little insecure about, that you feel a little unconfident about. Because the more that you're able to get those reps in, the more that confidence will naturally come. There's a direct correlation between repetition and confidence. The more times, the more opportunities that you do something, the more confident you will be in that area. So don't focus necessarily on the quality of it. Focus on the quantity, right? Now, I'm not saying just completely and utterly be horrible at something. No. But don't pay so much attention to the quality of something when you're just starting out. If you want to get better at playing the piano, you're gonna suck for an extremely long time. If you're learning a new language, it's gonna be really tough at first. All things that you're stepping your foot into that's new suck at first, right? And they suck at first because you're starting from ground zero. The start is the hardest part. This is why when people are starting to try and go to the gym, they drop off so fast because it's extremely uncomfortable. You're learning a bunch of new workouts, you're learning the gym etiquette, you're learning how people move there, you're trying to eat healthy. It's extremely overwhelming, right? My advice to building confidence is stack enough proof that you are capable of doing this thing. The more proof that you have, the more that your confidence will naturally grow. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got for the video. I feel like it's a lot easier said than done, but the foundation of it all is put the reps in. If you want to be confident in an area, if you want to be confident in approaching people and maybe approaching women, you have to stack more reps. That's the only way that it will become more natural. If I want to get better at speaking, I got to get on here and just free flow a lot more. If I want to get better at anything, I have to do it long enough in order for me to see the fruits of my labor. Remember the first time you played Fortnite, you was probably horrible. Remember the first time you played COD, you was probably garbage. Remember the first time you played 2K, you was probably terrible. But the more that you played, the better that you got and the more confidence that you started to have. It becomes a lot easier. It's really simple. This confidence thing is not as hard as you think it is. It starts with belief, then behavior, and then attitude. And then after that, you're stacking the proof. The confidence naturally grows. The confidence naturally grows. Where I see a lot of people go wrong is they psych themselves out. They start to doubt themselves way too soon. There's really no need to doubt yourself for like the first 100 times that you've done something if that is the first time that you've ever done it, right? Like we throw in the towel so soon because we lack the confidence that it takes to be great. Stay with it. Trust in the process. It's not going to be easy. Give yourself ample time to overcome the deficiency that you have in that skill. And then you will see the fruits of your labor. I remember watching a video the other week where Myra Golden was talking about the gravitropic system versus the phototropic system. And he said anytime a tree is coming in and growing, it grows on underneath the ground first. It grows its roots in the soil. And it grows so deep before it can even grow up. It grows down. Things are going to be down when you're trying new skills, when you're trying new tasks, when you're trying new activities, when you're trying to overcome this confidence deficiency that you think that you have to grow down into the ground where nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see the work that you're doing. Nobody's going to see the reps. And who cares? But you have to grow down far enough before you can grow up. And then it becomes the phototropic system. Of course, he explained it in an extremely more profound way. If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out, right? But that pretty much is it. That's confidence. Stack the proof. Give yourself patience, right? We're too antsy about these things. We want everything to happen overnight. We live in such a microwave, instant, just add water society where we want things to come like that. We don't want to put in any work. We don't want to delay any process. We want everything right now, right now, right now. And that's just not how shit works. Get that shit out your head. Get that shit out your head. The sooner you get that shit out your head, the easier things will start to get. The longer that you give yourself, the better off you'll be, because you'll be able to step into a frame of your future self and practice delayed gratification. All great things take time. All great things take time. So that's all I got. Stay if you want to.